Hi guys, so this is Action Comics number 4. I'm still going to read the Fantastic Four number 52, which is Black Panther, and also I'm going to read Detective Comics number 30 as well. So the next video I'll do is Detective number 30, and then Fantastic Four number 52, but I'm going to read Action because I haven't done Superman in a while. So it's really so Superman's not on the cover again. I'm guessing this is a Mountie, and is that like a slave or like a prisoner or something? I don't know what that is. I don't know who that is, but anyway, New Adventure Comics, more fun comics, Detective Comics. They're the tops. Yeah, back then they were. So this is actually signed by Joe Shuster, the creators of Superman. So to Larry, Joe Shuster, and Jerry Siegel. Superman by Jerome Siegel and Joe Shuster. So exhilarated by the demon speed. Oh yeah, I should also say this issue is very weird. The story is very weird. Superman does a lot of weird things in this story, but yeah, you'll see anyway. Exhilarated by the demon speed, a drunken, irresponsible driver races faster. Faster still. Abruptly, a shrill shriek. A sharp impact. He has struck a pedestrian. Frightened beyond reasoning, the motorist presses his car to greater speed and flees in terror from the scene of his crime. A crowd swiftly gathers about the hit-skip victim. He's in agony. Get an ambulance. High overhead, a figure who had witnessed the tragedy springs into action. It is Superman, champion of the weak and helpless. His great leap brings him down beside a railroad track, almost plunging him into the side of a hurtling train. Far ahead on the track and the train's path, the hit-skip cars stalled. So basically, hit and run. They're hit and run drivers. So within the engine car, now allows me a chance to sneak a little nip while his back is turned. Glancing outward, the engineer doubts his senses as he sees a figure not only racing the train. What? But passing it. Mike, a man's racing us, running faster than the train. I saw it with my own eyes. Drinking again, eh? Superman beats the train to the stalled auto. We've got to jump. Let's go. You fool. You'll kill us both. Woo, just made it. But this fellow has died of a heart attack. Yeah, so yeah, there's no point. He just died right after. I guess that was an excuse for Superman not to kill anybody. But Superman seizing the edge of the window, Superman swings downward into a private room in the Pullman car. Uh-oh, someone's entering. We can talk here without being overheard. Why is the train being stopped? It hit an auto. If I don't win this game against Cordell University, it means I lose my position as coach at Dale. I'm determined to win at any cost. In that case, we're the men for you, Coach Randall. You'll find our services expensive, but effective. Are we hired to play on the Dale football team? You're in. But remember, I want you to get Stevens, Burns, and Lewiston, our foes' best players at the games right at the game's beginning. Leave it to us. Rough stuff is our specialty, Coach. After the three depart, a crooked coach hiring professional thugs to play football. Sounds like just like the sort of setup I'd like to tear down. Next day, Clark Kent, newspaper reporter, examines photo clippings of Cordell's football material. Here's a youth named Tommy Burke, whose general build I resemble. Tommy it'll be. Within the privacy of his apartment, Clark donned some makeup grease paint. Splendid. Now his own mother won't know us apart. That evening, Tommy Burke receives an ultimatum from his girl friend, Mary. You mean you don't want to go to the movies with me? Now or ever? I'm ashamed of you, Tommy. You told me you'd be a football hero, but in the 6 and 7 years you've been a substitute, you've never even gotten into one game. I suppose you're looking for a new boyfriend now. Wrong, I already got one. Wallace Dude, the tennis champion. He's a real athlete. And what a bitch. Later, as Burke despondently walks homeward, he's totally unaware that he's being trailed. I'll show her. I'll make the team. I'll be famous. And then I won't even look at her. Don't move. What is this, a holdup? Good Lord, you're me. You're mistaken. You're not looking at Tommy Burke, substitute, but at Tommy Burke, the greatest football player of all time. Burke lunges forward to attack. Instantly, he feels the sting of a hypodermic needle. He loses consciousness. So that's what I was saying at the beginning. Superman is very, very morally, ambiguous in this. He's not morally all there in this. Superman is. Burke regains consciousness to discover himself a prisoner in his own apartment. What have you done to me? I can't move. You needn't worry. You were just rendered passive by a drug. But what's the big idea? Merely lit this. I'm going to take your place in life for a few days. So long for now. Yeah, so Superman just drugged a guy, and he also just kidnapped him. And he says he's going to replace his life. So, I mean, it is going to help him, but still, it's kind of fucked up. So, disguised as Burke, Superman reports to the locker room of Cordell University. Preparatory to football practice. Well, here goes. Wonder if I'll get away with it. Hello, boys. Well, if it ain't Tommy Burke, champion benchwarmer of the century. Get into your uniform, Burke. We want to see what a real football player looks like. I don't know in which locker Burke keeps his stuff. I'll just choose one at random. This one will do. Say, what in the blazes are you doing in my locker? Sorry, my mistake. I'll give you something to be really sorry about. Don't just stand there grinning. Put your hands up and fight. But it's more fun to simply watch. Golly, can Burke take it? I don't know why take it's commas. I don't know. But anyway, Martin's giving him everything he has, but doesn't seem to bother Burke much. Though Superman is unaffected by Ray Martin's frenzied blows, he decides to end the one-sided battle. He taps Martin lightly. Go away, you bother me. Crash. Martin flies headlong across the locker room. He's out cold. Cordell's coach, Oliver Stanley, rushes into their locker room. Why all the noise? What's going on here? Martin, unconscious? Who did this? I'm afraid I did, sir. So you've turned troublemaker, eh, Burke? Well, take off that uniform and clear out of here. You're through here. Beat it. The football players charge onto the field and commence a practice game. Gosh, coach, things don't seem the same without Burke on the bench. I don't know what got into him. He always is meek as a lamb, but today... Within the locker room, fine progress, I must say. First, I get into a fight, and then I get kicked off the bench. What a dirty trick to play on Burke. Orders are no orders. I'm going to out on that field and show Coach Stanley a thing or two. Look, there's Burke. He's come out on the field. Oh, Wait till the coach sees him. Downwards soars a football towards an open space in the field. Abruptly, a figure dashes out and snags it. Burke, I thought I told that. Grab that man. Grab the bums. Give him the bums rush. Throw him out in the field on his ear. Starting from a goalpost, Superman leisurely trots forward as every player on the field converges upon him. Come on, the more the merrier. This is going to be good. The sap is running for a goal, with everyone on the field trying to stop him. There goes Martin. This is for poking into my locker. And this is for busting me on the jaw. He got by Martin. Just an accident. He'll have to be an acrobat to get past them. Superman leaps to the shoulders of one of the three oncoming players and springs over the other two. Okay, alley-oop. There's your acrobat. He's halfway down the field. I believe he's going to make it. Just fool's luck so far. Wait till he meets our unbeatables. Stevens, Burns, and Lewiston. The entire remaining team piles onto Superman. They've got him. But the coach is fooled, for Superman continues to dash down the field, with the entire team hanging on to him. Just before Superman reaches the goalpost, he shakes off the players and then crosses the line. And that is that. Touchdown. Burke, have you been holding out on me? Let's come over, Burke. Boy, what a run. And to think I let this guy sit on the bench for 6 entire seasons. But he can't be in our last game, the one against Dale, who will decide the championship. This the sports editor of the News? Okay. Yeah, News is like comma again. Listen, I have a player named Tommy Burke who's a marvel, a sensation. What do you think of that? Burke, don't make me laugh. It's no secret he's the joke of the Cordell team. What is this, a gag? In Burke's apartment, what's so funny? The article about you, satirical, but still good publicity. At Dale University, this article plays up Burke as a clown, but just the same, I think it would be a good idea if Cordell's star player disappeared. Until the game was over, eh, boss? We get you. During the following days, the Cordell team practices steadily for the big game. I still don't get it. How in the world can a player become so good overnight? If you knew you'd be the greatest in the world, or if you knew you'd be the greatest coach in the world. Tomorrow's the game with Dale. Now remember, early to bed, no smoking, no drinking, pleasant dreams. That evening, Burke is asleep in an apartment. You know what to do. Later, he's completely tied. Strange, he didn't struggle at all. The two thugs are unaware Burke is under the influence of sleep-inducing drugs of Superman, is observing them from the molding overhead. So Superman's still drugging this guy, this innocent man, apparently. When the kidnappers drive off, Superman races in pursuit, easily keeping their auto in sight. Burke is brought into a deserted house. Where am I? Where you won't be able to get into tomorrow's game. But you don't want me. I'm just a substitute. And besides, are you Tommy Burke? Yes, but he isn't who. That's all we want to know. This gag will quiet you down. Superman, who has been observing the scene through a window, grins. Fine, though they've taken him off my hands and they mean him no physical harm. So Superman's gonna leave this guy bound and gagged in this random guy's house. Next morning, huge throngs crowd into the stadium, little realizing that they are about to witness the most amazing football game of all time. Coach Randall dropping in on Coach Stanley to go gloat over Burke's disappearance. Receives an unexpected surprise. Randall, meet the boy who's going to take the game away from you, Tommy Burke. Burke. But I thought, when Superman and Randall are alone, I know all the dirty work you've been pulling. If you don't kick those thugs off the Dale team and resign your position as coach, I'll expose you after the game. I don't know what you're talking about. Later, in the Dale locker room, you fumbling idiots. Burke escaped. Now he's going to expose us all in the game's conclusion. Oh no, he won't. A knife, eh? Spectators cheer as opposing teams dash onto the field. There he is. When I give the signal, the knife. The starting gun barks. Dale kicks off. Superman receives, and is off like a shot. Back in the deserted house, Burke has struggled free of his bonds. He darts into the street. Taxi to the football field and step on it. Down in the field streaks Superman, bowling opposition aside like 9 pins, and scores a touchdown. The crowd goes wild. Superman accepts the next kickoff and races from another touchdown. It's incredible. I've actually seen the same man score 2 touchdowns in the space of a few seconds. But Superman teammates are far from delighted. Who does he think he is, the whole team? When do we do something? When Ray Martin secures the next kickoff, Superman clears the way for him. Another touchdown. Boff, with his running interference, a 2-year-old child could have carried the ball over the goal. Denied admittance at the players' gate. The real Burke enters the bleachers and, with astonishment, views a counterpart of himself on the field, scoring goal after goal. He can't get away with this, so I'll call a cop. It's a bit weird because earlier, this is like a plot hole, but like earlier here, like they're like friendly with each other. Now he's saying he's gonna call the cops, so it's a plot hole. But at that instant, he hears his ex-girlfriend's voice. I wish you'd pay more attention to me. You may be a tennis champ, but compared to my Tommy, you're a lily. Yeah, that girl's is a bitch. I don't like her. Realizing she's a gold digger. But anyway, realizing she's now idolized by the crowd, Tommy catches their enthusiasm. Come on, Burke, hit that line. Tear him to pieces. On the field, as a pocket knife snaps upon Superman's tough skin, he attends to his 2 attackers. Here, take this note, my resignation at Dale University's president. At the end of the half, Superman meets Burke outside the locker room. Quick, we've got to exchange clothes. I get it. I'm to carry on now. As the second half commences, the ball bounces around near Burke. He chases it about, awkward, desperately. When he finally snags it, every player on the field piles on to him. Later, when he regains consciousness, Tommy, you were wonderful, splendid, but you must promise that you'll give up football. It's too brutal. Give up football. You don't know what you ask, but for you, I'll do it. And how? And wow? I don't know. Yeah, so that was a very strange story. Yeah, I mean, what's he gonna do after football, though? I don't know, it doesn't say. But warning, when exercising, it's always well to remember that overstrain is dangerous. Be moderate in your exertions. Yeah, that's good. That's good advice. Yes, this is how you apparently get Superman's super strength. You may find lifting a heavy armchair a difficult task. However, if you lift smaller weights regularly and gradually increase the weight of these objects, you'll soon be find lifting a mere armchair a cinch. Okay. Yeah, that's just regular strength though. Well, yeah, this is for little kids. I don't know. Anyway, the next one I'll read Detective Comics number 30, and then I'll read Fantastic Four number 52. If you guys would like, comment, or subscribe, that'd be appreciated. If you want me to read a specific comic, just say in the comments down below, and I'll see you later.